It's really good.
It's really fucking good.
So we did get that.
Damn, Ope. All right.
Ope really brought it to the table on that cute little intro for our epic little show, which is called Haha Yeah now.
Haha Yeah.
For the first of times.
And for the, no, not for the last of times. For the best and the worst of times. Haha Yeah.
Oh, I love that. That's really great. And then we have another one.
Pop that on the track.
Ooh, I'm looking for it. It's from Robin Hood at
Radical.town.
I believe.
Not sure.
Not sure.
Come on down to Twink-town with Cell and Hyperlink.
It's just so fucking good.
Fine.
Do you think they played that banjo? Robin Hood, can you play banjo?
I'm
That's
choosing to believe
fantastic.
that
There's no way.
what Robin Hood did.
Absolutely. It's so good.
Yeah.
That's
it's
fucking
like,
awesome.
Instantly, I'm transported to like a porch.
I'm right there. I'm right here. It's beautiful. It's
I gotta
sweltering out, I gotta tell
sweet
you.
tea in my hand, though.
Yeesh.
Going down pretty easy.
Slurp. So let's move on to the conceit of today's episode.
Oh, and we've got one. It's Garvey Town.
It's Garfie Town, baby.
Garvey Baby?
Yeah.
It's all Garfield questions. I don't know about yours. Mine are so fucking good.
Mine are freaking fantastic. Big shout out to Garfield at mastodon.online.social. There it is. Our friend, an excellent, creative, brilliant, intellectual poster.
Definitely.
Great person.
Absolutely.
They're putting their words in my mouth.
I agree. And they taste divine.
And they taste-
My compliments to the chef. Do you want to go first or should I?
I'll do it. This is for you. What are some of your favorite ablutions?
What's an ablution?
An ablution is like a ritual cleansing.
Definitely apple cider candle. That's a new one that I
a new
recently
ablution.
added to my ablutionography. I got that one in my ablutions library. I'm into opening windows, and I'm into letting the cool air in.
Yeah, I think you could consider like a cool breeze of fresh air cleansing. It like gets right in the soul of you. It opens you right open.
And also just like a room that it can stagnate.
Yeah.
And now all of a sudden it's not stagnant anymore because there's air moving through it.
And what's it doing? It's moving you from place to place.
And so sure, I'm getting blown like a sailboat from this vibe to a new one.
You're totally
The wind is filling my vibe sails.
You are checking your astrolabe. You are navigating by star from vibe to vibe.
From vibe to vibe. Exactly right.
You're a vibe explorer.
Oh, I'm exploring.
You are pushing the boundary of vibe right now.
Oh yeah.
Look at you.
Me and my wily crew of misfits.
Just fucking around.
Sailing
on
from
a
vibe.
big boat.
You know, we're just sailing from vibe to vibe. You know what I mean? Like we're just kind of investigating this space stuff.
We're just playing around in the vibe
Bro,
sea.
we don't even know where we're going with the thing. You know what I mean?
Do you know how to use this thing? And
Pointing, gesturing at the boat.
gesturing at
Bro,
the ocean.
We're just like fucking around. We like barely understand what's fucking happening out here, dog.
With every word you say, like the wind picks up. Like
It's like
it's pushing you
Bro,
towards the next vibe.
They're like unsafe fucking sailing conditions. But a lot of people would just be scared of that dog.
It's just, I mean, huge Titanic, and you're like passing through the storm effortlessly, but these churning
It's a
waves.
vibe, though. You know what I mean? Cloud
Just
emoji.
huge whirlpool krakens reaching out.
Whatever. I mean, like sometimes you gotta get through that.
just zoom, and there's a green land at the distance.
Whatever.
Just at the top of the mast, like ringing the bell. Whatever.
Land somewhere. Whatever.
I hope this land is like chill. I hope this land is like totally cool.
I hope they have babes though.
Haha. Your haha is like in my mind. Sometimes I see dudes walking around and I hear your voice. Haha. Like that's just.
Sometimes you see someone, you go, "Oh, I know you like the white Monster Energy drink."
Oh God, this is okay. That's been, I feel like, unfairly applied to boomers because it's much closer to like angry, like below 30-year-old men.
There's like a whole pie chart I can draw for you.
Yeah.
Of the white Monster Energy drinker.
Yeah.
One chunk, people who are in the army.
Already a punchline. It's fucked up.
It's real. One chunk, people who are really stressed out and just need this.
There's like anything. It can
Coffee is not enough. Coffee can't do it.
The kids have been screaming all day.
Number
Dennis
3.
will not leave you alone. Yeah.
Normally would drink Mountain Dew. Just want to play some COD.
And they were all out of the juice monster.
Yeah, they were. Have you ever had the juice monster? The juice monster is like, it's like, at first it is like taking a sip of juice, and then it's like crunching into the metal of the can. It's exactly what
It's like smoking aluminum.
Yeah. New from Monster, it's smokable aluminum.
Magnesium jewel pod flavor. Anyway, I'm glad those are some of your favorite ablutions.
Yeah, they're good. What are your favorite streaming platforms?
Brooks, small ditches, canals.
Absolutely.
I love dipping my toe in those and then just getting whoosh, just down with the stream.
Just sucked on in.
Totally lost in the flow of it all. Going from point A to point B. What always fucks me up is like, where does water start? Like, I know where it ends up in the ocean. I know like the medium that what gets there, hole in the ground. How is there just like springs of water? That's like completely ununderstandable to me.
Yeah.
I mean, like, what made that?
The only answer that's coming to me right now, I do have a follow-up question, but now I'm locked in this question.
Yeah.
I'm thinking about, I feel like it has to come out of the earth, but I don't know where inside
That's what I'm
the earth
saying. It's like, it's not from the fire part of the earth. It's not from the ground part of the
the
earth.
fire part of the earth.
Do you know what I mean?
I do that.
Like what? Who put it there? Who was like, all right, this is the underground part full of fucking water. What? Like, it doesn't make any sense. Even if you go by like the hypothesis, okay, ancient, huge, hot earth back in the day. That's what they used to call me, by the way. But like billions of years ago, just, it was just a big hot mass. And then like it cooled down and developed an atmosphere somehow. At what point did they bury the water? And like a lot of it, not like a little stream.
Yeah,
like
it's
enough
like a lot of water.
to build, like for Nestle to build a fucked up tower over and lord over. That's how much water.
I feel like it rained into a hole, and then one day they just covered that hole up.
That's a lot. Okay, 2 questions. 1, that's how much was it raining? 2, how did they just like perfectly like, all right, one place that this water comes out, one place, and it's we call it a spring, and that's where it comes out of.
Right.
What? Like, realistically, there should be Swiss cheese and water. I feel like I should be walking outside and there's just water like fucking coming up.
I think that all water comes from Old Yeller. I think that no, never mind. No.
That's actually a creation myth. Is that the old dog was shot in the head, like in the movie, and then water burst from its body, poured forth. It overran the earth. That was Noah's flood. Just all of the earth, a deluge of dog water, completely soaked. I mean, it washed away the sins of man that would kill such an innocent old animal. I haven't seen the movie Old Yeller. I just know they killed the dog.
No, that is what happens. They shoot him and all the water comes out and floods the earth because they shouldn't have shot the fucking dog in the first place.
Now that is the kind of punishment for sin I can get. Every time you fuck up, the earth floods and it bursts from you.
I think that should happen even for small mistakes.
Small thing. Oh, I dropped a penny. Oh, shit! Your eyes water shoot out.
Okay,
sin watering.
So, follow-up question: what are your favorite smelling platforms?
Damn it! I shouldn't have twisted that first.
No, we got
now I gotta
water.
Bounce it right back.
Like water from Old Yeller's exploded head. We got that joke from that question.
My favorite smelling platforms, it's the platform I built in my backyard at a 2x4. I stand up there, I perch with my nose over the edge, like totally prone. It's very rickety and there's little bits of wood that cut into my stomach. But I just perch my nose over the edge and I just go, take big...
Wait, what are you smelling up there?
I'm getting a little... It's a little earth. Oh, is there water nearby? Oh, is that a dog? Like, what?
I love physically to look at this structure and view on it, but I do hate that you do this for 2 to 3 hours every single night.
I mean, how else are you supposed to smell?
I have other questions for you. We know you're a fan of the Green New Deal, but how do you feel about the Green New Seal?
I'm like super proud of the Green New Seal because I planted my first seal seed in my backyard not too long ago. And a beautiful little shoot sort of came out of the soil. That. It was really beautiful.
Yeah.
I thought I had planted a sea lion. I was pleasantly surprised. But like this beautiful little stalk just kind of grew up. And like right there at the end, once it had grown, was like this beautiful green, unripe seal. It was brand new. It was so excited to be out in the world. It kind of like plucked itself, which you can't say of most vegetables and fruit. But it plucked itself and it started like, scampering around in the garden. And it was digging it doesn't have tusks. It was digging its teeth into the soil and rooting for worms, and it expressed to me that it felt very deeply, and I expressed to it that I felt very deeply. We talked of many things that I think we shouldn't talk about here because it's between me and the Green New Seal.
I don't want to betray the seal's trust like that. And I would never do that.
Kind of what was amazing to me is that the seal like started it started attracting seagulls, and it started attracting like all sorts of, vermin, ground and sky, all kind of vermin. And what it did is it took its leave of me. It looked me in the eye, and we couldn't communicate verbally or even sound wise. But we sort of looked, and I knew that they had to go, and they just dug right into the ground. Just dug right in. They went right down under my house. Probably there. We don't know for sure. Mm-hmm. The way that I feel about the green new seal, it's complicated.
I have another question for you.
Yeah, babe.
If chocolate was not chocolate, what would it be?
I'm just so upset. I just don't know. Like, you can't tell me that one thing isn't another thing. You know?
I don't know.
Okay. Let me start over. Like, it's one thing to sit here and like enter the Imaginarium, and like we're building fun platforms and water dogs and like weird concepts of what the Earth is and isn't. It's another thing to say that one thing is not another thing. It's still a thing. Like what? Okay, so what? It's got the same. It still comes in a pod. Well, I still have to melt it down. I still have to enter a sugar situation. Like there's so many component parts to chocolate. It's like what? Like it's not a book. It's not a rag.
Let's take a step back, though. When I imagine chocolate, there's a whole spectrum of what I would consider chocolate to be. You got a white chocolate, which is for people who like bad flavor. You have a milk chocolate, which is for people who like Dove chocolate.
But here's the thing.
You have a dark chocolate for people who have taste.
The thing is that what you've done is you've presented to me some opinions, some of which I agree with and some of which I disagree with. However, in order to have forwarded those opinions to me, you have already accepted the premise that, like, this question isn't insulting to chocolate.
Yeah,
because those are still types of chocolate. You're not positing to me what chocolate could or cannot be.
Well, all of those can be chocolate. What else can be chocolate? Maybe a little boy.
A little small man.
Look at the little boy, and he is chocolate.
Yeah.
And he's running around, and he's so happy in the verdant green field of life.
Yeah, I mean, like, look, that's totally delightful. And of course he's full of jelly. Like, of course that's an extremely lovely image. But that doesn't mean anything to me. It's still chocolate. It's still something that I had to, like, sauce up in the kitchen. I had to fucking get hot with it. I gotta put milk in it. Still chocolate boy. I'm not creating matter out of whole cloth here. I'm entering the Imaginarium. I'm not entering the fuck this scenarium. You know what I'm saying?
But let me just show you the door of the fuck this scenario. Okay. Look how appealing the door of this.
That door sucks.
It's a nice oak wood. Look at the tasteful handle.
Let me enter.
Yeah, let's
look, and it screams at you. It says nothing in here is as it should be, or even, and that's the problem. It's not even as things should be. It isn't even how things should not be. That's my problem with this question. Okay. Garfield, reconsider. No, right. I love you, baby.
So if chocolate was not chocolate, it would be bullshit, is what you're saying.
Yeah, it would be. Like, it's a fun thing to sit here and be like, actually, all books are secret, chunks of lead. That's one thing. But can I hear the
be lead and not chocolate?
Well, okay, read the exact verbiage of the question for me.
Word by word. If chocolate was not chocolate.
Right there. If this thing is not what it is, what, poop? You want me to go to poop?
No,
it's not poop.
We're not going.
We're cutting this.
No, we're not cutting that. We're not going to poop though. But here's the thing: all books are chocolate.
But they're. I can't. The thing is I'm like looking at this playpen, and I can see that like there's little like nymphs in there saying, "Come join us, have fun."
I'm one of the nymphs.
You are literally a nymph in this situation, and I'm looking at it. I'm like, I can't go down there. I have to enter through a door I don't want to be part of. It doesn't make sense to me.
I'm now imagining the door to the fucking scenario.
You're behind it.
On like an incline, and you have to like open it like a cellar door. And when you look down there, it's me, a nymph, in a little pit.
In like a sandbox.
And I'm covered in chocolate, and I'm just like, ooh, what else could be? And you're like, that looks like a dirty time. And you slam the door shut.
And I turn around and go to the Imaginarium. It smells clean in there. It smells good. I stand on my platform in the Imaginarium and smell for 16 hours a night. I enter the total smell zone. Maybe I'm entering the smellinarium. I don't know. Whatever.
These unions work so hard to give us 8 hours for work, 8 hours for smelling in the Imaginarium, and 8 additional hours for smelling in the Imaginarium.
And no hours in the fuck this scenario where nothing is what it should not be.
Okay, I have another question for you.
Oh, yeah.
If chocolate was not chocolate, what would it be?
I don't know, a sort of like a vinyl plastic phenomenon, a sort of free-floating artificial oil-based plastic or fuel. It's like a kind of
contempt in your eyes. Here's the thing about the fuck this scenario. If you open the doors, it's another door. It's just keep pulling. There's no inside. It's just doors.
all the way to the bottom where there's chocolate that is not chocolate.
Just a rush of chocolate like bursting forth from the old yeller of these doors.
See, what I like about this bit is it's fully in the zone of the Imaginarium.
This is an artificial reconstruction of the fuck this scenario.
It could never capture the true version, the reality of how wrong it is.
This is purely a simulation.
This is no.
There's no.
It's just a trick on your senses.
No,
It's
scared. This is not real. This is just purely a simulation.
This is just a simulation of an endless array of doors with chocolate bursting out.
I know it looks bad, but trust me, you're
That's
safe.
just a trick of the senses.
Yeah, this is a trick. This is a mirage that we've made for you to explore. This is desensitized to you in case you ever encounter one in real life.
Absolutely.
So how do you make yourself safe from the fuck this scenario? Step 1, stop, drop, and roll.
Absolutely. You can't see you if you're stopping.
That's
dropping,
exactly right. And you should make yourself big so that way it doesn't try to
small.
open you.
Oh.
It does get small, but in fear.
Oh.
Yeah, you should do that. That's a
I
good
would
strategy.
simply pet the fuck this Imaginarium.
I think that would be cute. I think if that was safe first. And then I realized it would be safe and it would be cute too. So that's how I ended up on it.
Definitely.
Do you have a question for me?
Yeah, I think I just might. The exquisite and mustachioed Belgian detective Hercule Poirot comes by your house for tea and just wants to ask you a few questions. What crime does he suspect you of, and did you do it?
Oh, God. Oh, wait.
Can I accuse you of a crime right now?
Sure, please.
I can't. I don't know if you could commit a crime. You fucking did foul murder in the Rue Morgue.
I think I did do a little bit of foul murder.
You killed Inderil Nerevar underneath Dagoth Ur. You totally stole the godhood. You totally used the tools of Cagnarak when you weren't supposed to on the heart of Lorcan. You did that. You're a usurper of divine power. You, for whatever inexplicable reason, claim this power as the Dwemer disappeared from the surface of Nirn. You did this. What do you have to say for yourself? I say in my mustachioed Belgian manner.
What I have to say is that I have an Elder Scrolls question for you, and it's not this one, and I'm not going to make this one it. We're going to get
I'm accusing you. Did you do it?
I did. That I did. Okay. I'm willing to move to that one. Here's what I think that you think that I think that I did.
Yes. All right.
2 words for you.
Yeah.
High mischief. I think that I sort of was tiptoeing around town at all hours.
Yeah.
I was pilfering little trinkets.
You were thumbing your nose at a picture of the queen.
Absolutely. I was doing a little dance in the street, waking up all the neighbors.
You were distributing flyers that say, toss off to the old women.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I had a big stack of toss-off flyers, and I was wearing all manner of trousers. I was completely done up in stripes.
And let me tell you right now, you were trilbyed to death.
Oh,
you a trilby on each elbow, and you were scampering on your elbows and knees, not using your hands or feet, saying, I'm here to lick the licorices while they're still in their jars.
I was peering into the bakeries after all the bakers had gone home, and I was stealing their pies that were cooling on the windowsill.
And you totally, in one go, and left the tin.
Right, I left the tin.
Like a signature at the
like
scene
a
of the crime.
goddamn scoundrel.
You absolute, you
You can call me a cod. It's okay, I'm not gonna be offended.
You cod. You salt cod.
So here's what's difficult to me as the recipient of this tea time.
Yeah.
Because I know the jig is up.
Yeah.
You know?
When Hercule arrives on your doorstep, it's
over.
done. The
It's
evidence
over.
is there.
And Hercule's playing at Hercule, kind of the way that he does. But here's the dangerous thing. I know you're within a minute of accusing me of these high mischiefs, and I have done them.
Yeah.
But what's difficult for me is I don't know which high mischiefs you're particularly looking into, because I have been.
You've been spreading your mischief.
I've been on a goddamn rampage of silliness. So it's like that. I'm kind of reading the situation instantly, just trying to figure out like which of is it the pie tins or is it the dancing in the street or is it the trilbies? And I am kind of like.
So you're dancing around them. You're like trying to be
yeah. But I'm also trying to pull a fast one.
Okay.
Because maybe this is actually a real opportunity for me to commit even more mischief because I'm completely remorseless.
Yeah.
I will commit again.
Absolutely.
I will do it.
Yeah,
I will do it.
You literally can't be stopped.
I literally.
So what do you
can't
do?
stop.
So. Hello, that's my Hercule voice.
Oh, Hercule, so unexpected. And I'm like glancing side to side.
Have a seat.
Oh, okay. Could I get a spot of tea for you? Stop laughing so you can continue the role play, Sal.
I can't. Please don't put me back in the Imaginarium.
I think that might have been the fuck this scenario. This is a cute one. Okay. Oh, I have to ask you the Elder Scrolls one first.
Yeah.
What's a real life version of an Elder Scroll?
Damn. That's a really good question. Yeah, okay, so I guess we should go over what an Elder Scroll is, or really rather what it isn't. What it isn't is a scroll. It's probably Elder, but it's not a scroll. Like, it's totally up for debate. And that's what I think is so exciting about the Elder Scrolls. Like, you've named the series after this, but really what the Elder Scrolls are like potential canonicity. It's like potential lore. Like, the idea behind the Elder Scroll is that it's this like ununderstandable like object that you can only read after like years of intense training. Every time that you read it, you lose more and more of your sight, but each time you read it, you glean more information about the universe. So there's an order of the ancestor moth that all they do is sit down and they train with these Elder Scrolls. And then there's the penultimate reading, where it's like right before your last reading, where you read it and you gain like a total revelation into like the nature of reality. And then you lose your sight completely and you can never read them again, which is like the trade-off there. But often like the revelations that you're receiving are like totally unintelligible, because like they pierce into the reality of the Elder Scrolls universe into a level that it's like you're dealing with like what the nature of how that universe is structured in the first place, which is something that like a person in that universe could never understand. And it's generally fucked up to say this, and I hate that this is kind of what it is, but it's generally sort of mostly kind of accepted that it is the dream of somebody. And you can sort of interpret that however you want. You can say that like we as the player are the dreamers. We can say that the developers are the dreamers. We can say that like us as a community of people who care about this world, who've like experienced this imagined world together, that's the dream. Totally up to you. Totally depending on like what apocryphal lore you believe in and all these other things. So what do I think like a real world Elder Scroll is? I think that it's like where we go when we dream. I think every time we close our eyes and we enter this like massive sea of the unconscious, this entire universe that like is and is not, this sort of magical realm where potentials are like unfurled and then refurled once again, that's the real world Elder Scroll, because it's something that's like unknowable and unreal. It's something that is equally real and not real at the same time. It's like a total quantum state of what is written and what is not. And we all know that writing something into reality is kind of what dictates that reality in the first place. Once you are able to communicate something, then it like exists within your mind and somebody else's mind. Dreams cannot exactly be like translated in that way. That is what an Elder Scroll is in real life.
Want to know what the most amazing thing ever is?
What?
I'm just going to turn my phone around. The next question I was going to ask you is, what are dreams made of?
Fuck. Garfield, you, my friend, have pierced into something that's really real here. And I think you're right. The dreams are this sort of like, you can argue that it's like the mind's like firing of like random neurons as it like enters its rest state. But I think that like that's like the boring technical answer, when really what it is it's like an infinite amount of, because all we can really be is our perception of the universe. And if our mind is firing without our like conscious control or our conscious perception, it's like creating an infinite amount of worlds and realities and possibilities, and then like deciding that some are fucked up and some are fake and some that you might remember and some that you might not. That's what an Elder Scroll is, and that's what a dream is made of.
Wow. That was a really amazingly touching direction for this Elder Scroll question to go, and I love that.
That's why like I mean, I don't know, y'all know that I'm really passionate about this thing, but like I think that it's like as valid, I want to call it a discipline, but as valid a body of text as almost, as any other like, touching fantasy series or like touching metaphysical series. Like the beauty of the series is that it's like multifaceted, open-ended, all that stuff that I just said. I'm sure there are like scholars. I'll call them scholars. There are people that study the lore who would like probably disagree with a lot of what I said. And that's equally allowed by the rules of it. Which reinforces what I said about the dreams being like an infinite amount of possibilities. So it's beautiful.
That's amazing.
That's how I feel.
Wow. Okay. Wow. That's a really great... I like low-key want to end it there.
All right, let's end it right there.
Let's like do
I
that.
hope everybody has a lovely dream after that.
Yeah, I hope that I have a lovely dream after
You
that.
will. Oh my god, I hope you
I
do.
think I will.
Definitely. Oh, beautiful. Cool. Well, this has been Haha Yeah.
This has literally been the inaugural Haha Yeah.
The Haha Yeah.
The first Haha Yeah. We conquered the heat.
We conquered the yeah.
We conquered ourselves.
We conquered unreality and dreaming.
Mm-hmm.
We conquered the fuck this. What was it called? Fuck this scenario.
Whatever it was.
We fucked it. We fucked it up.
We fucked it up. Fucked the money up.
We fucked the money up tight.
We did.
All right. Love you.
Love you. Wow, that's a really cute way to end it.